Hey guys, we're going to review now how to add or subtract decimals. So there is actually a reason why I drew this shirt for you. Just remember that adding and subtracting decimals have something to do with this shirt. Now, these buttons right here are nicely lined up. You don't want these buttons all over the place, otherwise the shirt will look really odd. I'm putting them here because they are my decimal places. The buttons are decimal places. So we have 3 and 215 thousandths, and we have 6 and 2/10. Here's the 6, there was a decimal, and then the 2. So in order to balance it out a little bit, we just can add a couple extra zeros here to add these. Underline it, and if you notice the buttons are still lined up, and so your final answer has to have a decimal at the bottom, straight down. Now you can actually add 5 and 0 is 5. 1 and 0 is 1. 2 and 2 is 4. Decimals already here. 3 plus 6 is 9. And you're done with this problem. So we have 9 and 415 thousandths. Okay, here's our next problem. 6 and 8/10 minus 2 and 345 thousandths. Again, the decimals that we have here and here have to be underneath each other. So we have 6, decimal, 8, 2, decimal, 3, 4, 5. This is a subtraction problem, put that here. Our final answer has to have a decimal going straight down here. The next step you're going to do is fill in these two blank spaces with zeros. And you're going to have to do some regrouping, it looks like. Because you can't take the 0 and subtract 5, you're going to have to borrow from the value next door. So go to the value next door. Well, that guy here had that value has a problem. He has nothing to give you, so you're going to have to keep going over. He can now borrow from the 8. 8 becomes 7. That 1 that you borrowed goes over here. This 0 becomes 10. Now let's fix that 10 a little bit. This became 10. Now that 0 can borrow from this value. The 10 becomes a 9, and the last digit becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. 7 minus 3 is 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. And we're done. The final answer comes out to be 4 and 455 thousandths.